The next video was captured in Northumberland, England, where a man caught something rather creepy during a nightly ride on a lonesome country road. The road was situated close to the Middleton farm, where, during World War II in 1933, a pilot had crashed down with his plane in a fatal maneuver. The young man capturing the incident believes that he might have caught the pilot's spirit on video that night. People say that this could indeed be a man dressed in a pilot jumper suit, holding what appears to be a helmet under his arm and raising his other hand up in the air. What's even more interesting than these observations is that the young driver decided to pick the man up after all, turning around and slowing down. However, the man had mysteriously disappeared into thin air. Why this was not shared with us is unknown, and pretty unfortunate, so we can only speculate what had unfolded in these fields that night. When these two people were arriving at home, another roommate that was supposed to be home was suddenly gone. Doesn't this look like somebody standing there? Then there's that thing in the closet. If it isn't a skit, this is pretty terrifying. What could they capture there? Looks like a woman. And now we will look at a video submission from user Full Caregiver, and he says, "My daughter might be seeing things, but it is still concerning. Thinks she saw a ghost." Alright. Alright, so this is a CCTV cam. What? That was the little girl. I got a heart attack. Okay, let's watch that again. Wow. Ooh, I really thought she was the ghost. Oh God, is that creepy. What's that? Oh, the shadows. Guys, that's just... And then Daddy in the underwear. Is there something else here? I mean, this is certainly... I mean, is that not a terrifying sight, even though we know it's the little girl of the family? But then here, check here. It's shadows, right? The shadows from her parents, I suppose. Well, whatever the answer, I mean, it is always creepy when a child says they saw something and then they're running and the whole house basically goes on alert. So, if we have the paranormal incident actually happening on screen in this one, but I got spooked pretty bad, even though not by the reason that the video was intended. The following video was a submission which was initially captured by a dashcam of an unknown man who was driving home one night It is said that he takes this stretch of road regularly, and that he has heard and seen things in the past that, quite frankly, can only be described as pretty odd. The area this road is located in is supposedly haunted, not really a surprise, given that a graveyard is in pretty close vicinity. He didn't really notice anything in particular, but felt to have seen a blurry shape while taking a right curve at the time. He rewatched the footage later at home and found something really unusual on it. It is not easy to make out, but the driver was sure that something was moving right behind that tree, and that whatever object we are seeing here was not there only moments before. So the question is, what are we seeing here? Is it just a part of the tree that did confuse our driver here? Or was it maybe something supernatural? If it was anything, it could have also been an animal or strange creature, but it's really hard to say what exactly was captured on video here. The following clip was shared by the profile of The Unanswered Universe. It is said in the description that the following event unfolded as part of a creepy video diary, and the story goes that the man filming that night might have captured a terrifying shadow being manifesting right in front of him. Shortly after moving in, the man started to have really unsettling nightmares, and his partner told him that he had even started sleepwalking. How eerie. It didn't take long until the activity got even stronger and more spooky. Shadows started to show themselves ever so often in the man's home, and even poltergeist activity was witnessed every other evening. The uploader even claims that the man recording started to hear voices when nobody else was home. Then, one night, he could capture the following right in front of his home. It would appear that this shadow thing is manifesting out of thin air. It then twists and moves in a really awkward fashion. That's why many believe this thing to not be human, maybe not even a ghost. Might the man have been contacted by demonic entities? Pretty nightmarish to think about that, isn't it? I guess we will never know for sure. The following has been forwarded to me by Andrew, and it was captured by a stationary camera, which was placed in a very old family residence. It is said that the house is known for its many strange ghost encounters over the past 30 years. This was captured one afternoon, when the home was empty. An enlightened silhouette can be seen walking into the living room from the right, and then vanishing. Hard to say if we are seeing one of the ghosts here, which are said to still roam this old building, or if it was just smoke and mirrors. This is a video shared by Raul Ramirez. It was captured by a staff member of a restaurant, who was the last person remaining in the kitchen that night to finish some cleaning. Raul states that several employees swear to have seen shadows in there that just stand in the corner for a moment and then are mysteriously gone. The man recording, though, had seen something in the corner of his eyes, which is why he started the video initially. Could he capture a shadow person here? He certainly thinks so. Or is this just something else that was placed in the corner there? It certainly wasn't there before though, so what do you think? And now a video update from Jay Barari, who's supposed to be living at a haunted cottage. I don't know if you remember, but we've taken a look at her case a while back, and she has recorded some really strange shadow incidents. Let's take a look at her latest updates.
Chickies.
This is the cottage.
What the
Yeah, come on. No.
lights are on in there? And
Oh yeah, she's a very bad swearer. I remember that.
okay,
This
stay
was a
girls.
person, right?
Stay girls.
Oh, come on, no. No. Don't tell me that was supposed to be his spirit. I mean, this even had this had skin color tones. I mean, rarely do you come across a ghost like that that does really look like a person.
Hello? Somebody came
Well, didn't really search thoroughly, but why would there be anybody, right, if it is not a setup? I need to see that again, guys. Look. I mean, this is like a person, like a bald man. Is this a mask? Really weird. A little bit unsettling. And now we're back to the stationary night camera outside that is overseeing the cottage. We saw that the light just went on and is there something moving here? So alright, so well, we don't really know what's causing that light to... Is there a shadow now? Look. Now all of a sudden an object appears. Is this the same thing we saw? Oh yeah, it's moving. Huh. I don't know what that is. Really awkward. Now it's gone again. Oh. Either somebody's messing, with the light in there, or there might be something paranormal going on.
Okay, so I was letting the chickens in and I hear banging on the roof.
And this is the last entry. Oh,
Barn doors.
the barn doors. Oh, is that
Who's in there?
the roof area? What?
Yeah, what the
Yeah, I don't know what that is. What are we looking at here? Alright, well, at least she's searching thoroughly now. Pretty strange. So what are we looking at here, guys? Seriously, this could be anything though, no? I mean, we see something moving. Is it a person though? This is probably a chimney. I see something dark up here, but probably a chimney. Well, I find her case certainly very interesting. I don't exactly know what's going on. I don't know why that face looked so realistic in the first recording, but... And this is a video from channel JTCDXX. It is a stationary camcorder apparently, and they think they caught a skinwalker. Let's take a look. Okay, so this looks like a recording from the 90s actually. What? Is it Grandma? Oh, come. What? No. Is that a deer? What was that? Oh. Skinwalker. What else? I mean, is that the first thing that pops to mind when you see a video like that? That is perhaps a skinwalker. Well, I have to disagree. Now, this is certainly creepy. I don't know if it's throwing a shadow, since we're using a VHS camera. But it's hard to say, guys. I think it's unsettling, it's creepy. I'm not really sure what this is. The next video was sent by Annabelle, and she states that she found it on the website of Point Paranormal, who were holding an investigation in the home of user Jaybird, who's living in a supposedly haunted apartment. He can hear strange noises in the nights, and even documented shadow sightings. The team from Point Paranormal installed a camera in his bedroom that night to capture anything strange that might occur. And after Jaybird went to bed, there is a really odd capture indeed. Something is pulling the blanket off of him. While he attempts to pull it back up, there's something else going with the blanket. Take a good look. Is it possibly an arm belonging to an apparition that's pulling that blanket? Really hard to make out, since the resolution is not the best. And just a couple of minutes after that, the blanket is being pulled again. In this case, it's a bit more easy to make out a shape that seemingly manifests its whole upper torso and that keeps dragging the blanket. Really a fascinating capture. What's your explanation for this incident? The team from Point Paranormal and Jaybird himself is sure that they could capture a paranormal incident here. Could that be so? The next case was reported by user Marlene Anna White. She states that her apartment seems to be a place of lots of mysterious activity. In her mind, there's no doubt that this place is extremely haunted. Apparently, she's seeing and hearing things in there that make her and her child really uneasy. It all started with inexplicable shadow sightings that were seen at night, but they mostly were seen just for a few seconds before disappearing again. One day though, while using the bathroom, she was seeing something quite terrifying unfolding right in front of her in the shower. A sighting that made many believe that her apartment might be haunted by a ghost child. After sharing this incident, people asked if she herself might have lost a child, and this was her reply.
Yes. Back in 2013 I was 25 weeks pregnant. He was a stillborn.
So, could it be that the spirit of her lost son was visiting her and the family? This is the recording that shook her to the core.
I only have one baby at my house today. The rest of them are with grandma. You can clearly hear my baby in the living room crying. I was on the toilet when I felt like something was watching me. I've been on edge ever since I took a picture and my dad was behind me by the door. So I decided to turn the camera on and record. This is not my dad. I don't know what it is.
Is this a ghost child? It certainly has the height of a child.
Who are you?
To show her skeptics that it was not one of her own children, her son steps into the shower to showcase that his silhouette looks completely different.
Stand in the shower real quick so I can show people something, please.
So, if it's not him, who else was it in your opinion? What a spooky recording. This is a little video diary from user LR Harf. The young mother had noticed some really eerie activity unfolding in the home of her family. Apparently it all started with items that were being moved around in her home. She thought at first that it was just wind bursts or something. However, the activity became stranger and stranger over time. One night she was lying in bed and noticed some really loud footsteps right in front of the bedroom. She got her phone out to record, and this was what she saw. A shadow that is being reflected on the door. But of whom? Nobody was outside the bedroom at the time. Well, this freaked her out quite a bit. What frightened her even more though, is that the activity seemed to even revolve around her little toddler. The CCTV camera captured this. There was no window open at the time. Shortly after this recording, she captured this bone-chilling encounter on her baby cam. A white mist is visible right in front of the screen. Apparently, the little one was sleeping in his room all by himself. So, how do we explain this? We'll keep our eyes open to see what happens next.